Adventures of Jeremy Lizard, The Penny. This is the story of Jeremy Lizard, who lived in a bush on the northeast side of a farm. The name of the country in which he lived is lost to memory, for all the stories about Jeremy Lizard happened long ago. Jeremy's favorite food was green flies, which of course to anyone else who is not of the reptilian sort would find absolutely disgusting. But to Jeremy Lizard, they were heavenly. He had no favorite color, or at least he never talked of one, and that was all the same to those who knew him. For Jeremy had a peculiar ability to go on talking for hours and hours about things no one else found amusing. Now, Jeremy's house was right in the middle of a bush. There were 3 entrances to it, one on the floor, one in the wall, and one in the ceiling. This is handy in that depending on which way he approached his house, one of the doors would be closer than the others. There was Friedrich the Rabbit, which this story chiefly deals with, Oliver the Rat, Francis the Crow, and many more besides. Friedrich the Rabbit was in the habit of leaving pennies lying around so as to help spread good luck. This is exactly how he and Jeremy became good friends. You see, one day Jeremy was walking down the country road and spying a penny on the ground, said aloud, "See a penny, pick it up. All day long you'll have good luck." He then picked up a penny and smiled. It just so happens that this was the very penny that Friedrich the Rabbit had only minutes ago put down. Jeremy did not know this, however. Not yet. Jeremy the Lizard continued walking down the road, and after turning an especially green and wonderful corner, came upon a most peculiar sight. There it was, right in front of him, a very large brown rabbit with floppy ears, a blue hat, a white patch around his left eye, and a yellow jacket. The rabbit was bending down, setting a rather lucky-looking penny on the ground. Jeremy Lizard sat very still and quiet and continued to watch. The rabbit kept going, and in about 40 feet stopped again and put another very lucky-looking penny down, and was about to continue on when Jeremy said, "I say, what on earth are you doing? These are the most lucky-looking pennies I've ever seen, and you keep carelessly throwing them on the ground." The rabbit, very startled, turned around and gazed down the road, for he did not think anyone was following him, and he could not see anyone now. So, as brave as he could, he said, "If there be some foul spirit on the road, I would be much obliged if you would leave me alone. If, on the other hand, you are a friendly animal of some sort, reveal yourself and relieve my anxiety." For a moment, Jeremy didn't know what to do. After all, he was standing directly in front of the rabbit. Then he realized that he was much smaller than the rabbit, and the rabbit was looking over him. So Jeremy said, "Yes, excuse me, dear rabbit, but I am right under your nose." The rabbit looked down and was much relieved to see a lizard and not a foul spirit. The rabbit smiled, looked down, and said, "My name is Friedrich, and you are?" Jeremy Lizard replied, "It is my pleasure to meet you. My name is Jeremy." "Nice to meet you," said Friedrich. "About the pennies," said Jeremy. "Those are very lucky, that's plain to see, and you keep throwing them carelessly on the ground. Why?" Friedrich thought for a moment. He never considered the matter of the pennies a careless occupation, and yet he never really thought about why he did it. Finally he said, "I suppose I much more enjoy sharing these pennies than I would keeping them. And besides, if no one puts lucky pennies on the ground, how will they be found by some lucky fellow walking by?" "I see," said Jeremy. "I never thought of it that way before. I like the way you think." It was then that Jeremy suddenly realized that he had been walking for quite a long time, and he had grown rather hungry. The strange sound coming from his stomach confirmed this notion. "I say," said Jeremy, "would you like to join me for some lunch? I myself am famished and would greatly enjoy your company." "Yes," said Friedrich. "Spreading lucky pennies is a tiring work." And so began the friendship of Jeremy Lizard and Friedrich the Rabbit. The end.